not be feeling that physical attraction with you. You know, that's not easy for either of us.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is? Talking to you guys about, well, Married at First Sight. Does Mitch, Mitch doesn't find Kristen attractive at all. Is he wrong for that? No, but he is wrong for something. What is it? Well, getting inebriated and then wanting to potentially sleep with Kristen, that is wrong. And I don't play that game here, okay? All right, we saw that with Haley a few seasons ago. I don't play that game. Kristen Page, I saw that game. We don't play that game around here. You will get roasted and toasted. Let's talk a little bit more about that as well. Listen, if you're new to the channel, like it, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of up, lows, and for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated because the streets out there, they are hot. Let's get into the video. Watch the clip one more time again, and then we'll discuss this particular thing.
I may not be feeling that physical attraction with you. You know, that's not easy for either of us.
Now, let me be very frank. There have been many different thoughts around this. First and foremost, I categorically reject some of the comments I've seen on Twitter, Reddit, blog sites where they talk about Mitch and saying, oh my God, Mitch is, how dare he say he doesn't find her attractive? He's barely good looking. It doesn't matter. Why do women do this? I'm so confused. Like, if we say you don't find you attractive, it doesn't matter how ugly I am to you. Okay, and you're doing the exact same thing he's doing. If you're saying you have if he says he has a preference that he doesn't find her attractive, stick with it and be okay with it. Now, my audience, you're pretty much fine. Those of you who watch me on regular, you guys were great last night. But if he doesn't find her attractive, he doesn't find her attractive, let it go. We got people fighting on Reddit saying, how dare he say this? On Twitter, how dare he say this? He's barely good looking himself with his band-aid on his head. And all of a sudden, all the cussing comes out. He was very respectful. He was very honest and straight to the point. He didn't drag her through the mud, didn't make her feel bad. In this particular moment, let's talk about this particular moment, right? We can discuss later on how I feel about other things. But in this particular moment, he was respectful. He treated her rightly. He didn't disrespect, right? He didn't disrespect. And he was showing her in that moment, well, I say showing her, he was leading the way in a conversation and just letting her know where he stood, because why he couldn't behave in a particular way, right? Now, there could be other theories that may come into play, which, let me tell you something now. You have ED. If you have erectile dysfunction, you can use a lot of different excuses. Does he have that? I don't know if he does. We're just saying that it could be one of the excuses as to why he's moving that way. But anyway, let me bypass that. But so first and foremost, if we're insulting people and saying they don't have the right to say that they don't find someone attractive, that's a madness. Okay, he's allowed to. Get over yourselves. All right. Now, next thing is though, let's deal with this X part. What is he wrong for? I'll tell you what he is wrong for, because I don't like this. I personally think this is problematic as well.
I mean, I'm a guy. I've got hormones. I've got desires, and I did know that I just wanted to show her a little bit of affection, show her that I'm doing my best.
So he wants to show her a little bit of affection, hug her, put your arm around her, give her a little bit of a kiss, you know what I mean, walk with her, talk with her, give her more eye contact, give her more compliments. Where do we get to a point? I know he doesn't mention this part, where he mentions about how, the liquor got inside of him and then, got a little bit excited and things were starting to heat up. Now, this is going to lead to several different theories. Either you might have ED and you need drink to get it up. We know this happens with men. You might need a bit of a drink to get your, your ting up, or it could be a case of the fact that you really don't find her attractive and you're doing a Haley right now. You're doing a Haley and a Chris where you're getting yours in between that time, rather than being honest about saying, hey, rather than actually denying this accessibility that she's given you. You know what she wants. She wants you. So you can't pretend as if, I don't know what I was doing and I fell into the bed. You can't do that, because you know exactly what she wants. If you have been honest at the beginning, and like I said, obviously the show is a bit different. If you've been honest, maybe at the beginning of the show, and tell her, listen, look, I'll be honest with you. You know what? I don't fancy you that way. But if you want to have sex, I want to have sex. You know what I mean? If that's what you said to her, then call it, you were honest. You haven't said that. You've come here, you said about you've been inebriated, you've been a bit drunk or a bit intoxicated with a drink you've been drinking, and I got hormones. No. That's going to make you a bastard. Okay? That's going to make you a prick. I don't want to see that. Okay? right? That's skidachi right there. When we say skidachi, what we mean is it's a problem. It's going to be a problem. That's skidachi. It's going to be a problem. I don't want to see that, right? And we shouldn't see that. And that's using the person rather than being honest again. And that just shows a manipulative side of you. So be honest with yourself. If you fancy her, tell her you fancy her, and stop this fear cap. And let me not say that. I'm jumping into it. If you've got fear, let's be honest about it. Let's be vulnerable about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're putting a person in a place where they're not really sure. They're confused. Kristen is confused. Okay? She's confused.
I'm feeling confused. I just feel blindsided by him because his actions are showing me constantly that he is into me.
I don't know what actions he's doing that's making her feel like he's into her, but it doesn't sound like it, because a minute ago you were saying he doesn't touch you, doesn't look at you, doesn't compliment you. He isn't doing anything. This is a state of delusion. We'll talk about that in part 2 for her, but this is a state of delusion that's for her, because nothing's going on that way. So I don't know how you're getting confused, right? Now, when you talk about him doing what he did later on, about him showing her affection, now there could be some confusion. But before that, I'm so sorry, where's confusion? He's out here moving mad. Okay, you're out here moving mad, and I don't want you to let your sexual frustration overtake your brain, that you're not thinking correctly.
I wouldn't say I'm sexually frustrated. This is like our 3rd date. That would be wild, but I definitely would be comfortable advancing more in the physical.
You see how he smiled when she said about sexual area? I'm telling you, this brother is afraid. Okay, I think he needs a person who just says they really want him and desire him. I think he needs that like heavy. I think he needs somebody that really just wants him. I think that lack of feeling needed and wanted and desired makes him feel scared that this might not be real. And maybe that's coming from the fact that he was a kid as a divorce and hasn't really spoken about it. But honestly, you know, that's the reason why Mitch is a problem, because that end part of saying about the sex part, where you're like, I'm happy to entertain it if, I'm happy to entertain it because I got hormones. No, right? No. And that is a very dangerous precedent to set in this relationship. The person at the end will feel used and feel like you tricked them. You don't want to be in that position, Mitch. Be honest with yourself. Are you feeling her or not? If you are feeling her, can we be very vocal about you feel some fear? Let's talk about it, because you just told her you don't find her attractive, and that's why you're not able to do certain things. And then now we've got a little bit of drink in the system, we're getting a bit aggy. Let's be very careful what we're doing here. Let's not pull a Haley. No necessary, all right? But listen, let's like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads, man. I mean, I don't know. What's your thoughts on this, guys? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Like, I think Mitch is bad for this, right? I think he's definitely bad for this. You've totally not feeling her, and now you're telling me a little bit of drink and your hormones are raging.